No, we we haven't started yet. I don't think.
Actually, I
But
just started the recording.
okay, never mind. Oh, so you actually didn't miss anything.
No, you're good,
With
Peter. I was just giving it a little time to see if anyone else was gonna show up. But
oh, on that note, who wants to start us off between Dragon and Zeke for
well, let me go ahead and give mine since it's not much this week, because I've been recouping from my shoulder uh, injection, so I don't really have a whole lot. Didn't get anything done on Warlock yet. About the only thing I've got for progress is we are ready to set up a meeting with Philip and discuss the um, application for the funding for that through that one Blue Ocean. So sometime this weekend I'm gonna see what we can do to set up a time with us and Philip for that meeting.
Also, on that note, have we had any word about the Centaur?
I have not. I am going to reach out to her to find out where we're at on that because it has been a little while. The last I had talked to her, she was getting close to having it done, but that was last week, so.
No worries, just thought I would ask.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's all I have though, so. Zeke, you can go ahead.
Have any updates for us?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
In the chat, I posted the news stories that me and Philip worked on today. We finished off the Jurassic World. We finished off the demo, which was really fast for now. And then we headed straight into the next world, which is the industrial world. I will start sharing my screen on basically the rest of Jurassic, then I'll go skip all the way to the demo. Continuing where it left off, where it starts talking about. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at what you posted. Hold on. Okay, now I'm seeing your actual screen.
Okay. So, continue where it left off, where it talks about how the masked wizard shows up at Wanda's doorstep while Poe and Edwin was busy fighting the golem, trying to figure out its weakness. It goes into the next part where, without Wanda answering them, they have no choice but to keep on trying a bunch of different attacks to see which one actually kills the thing. Where they find out that lightning is his main weakness, as they attack its core to destroy it, separate it from the time gem, which they retreat. Now, with the medium damage, it will still work properly. It's just that like it's more duration based, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's like damage. But other than that, they basically have their own ideas of like what they think the mask wizard planning for the rest of them. But right now, they think more about just hearing the good news from Wanda about if she was able to find a way to get to the fifth point of Elmary's murder, while also trying to stay hopeful that Phil can probably keep his cool head when meeting her and tries to apologize properly.
Okay.
But upon entering the house, they see her lying face down on the ground while the masked wizard is standing over her as if he just finished off killing her. And once he noticed them, he quickly dashed into a portal, leaving the scene behind. While Edwin tries to go after him, and Phil tries to check if Wanda's still breathing. All they think about is flashbacks of what happened to Emily, how they found her dead body before even able to do anything about it. They just think that this is the same situation that they went through. And as Cole deals with anger, regret, and sorrow, while basically Edwin started bursting into tears because they didn't need to drag anybody else into this type of fight.
Alright.
As now, for the player, if they don't get all of the Emily Wong friends of Wanda, they go through this path where basically Cole and Edward bury Wanda, and they just start digging more about like how the how the Masked Wizard has been just going after anybody that gets involved. But since they don't know who it is, they still believe it's one of the wizards. But it's not changing their mind that right now they have to make the decision to stop him for good as they continue their journey. But if they do get into the path where they do have like all the animal friends, they find a data card on Wanda, which lets them see more of who Wanda really was. Basically, it was like her journal entries, and she just starts talking about all of her experience, how she was alone in an orphanage, as she was also suffering from like social interactiveness, and that she been trying to be more of a better person. Even though she acts like she's a know-it-all, she doesn't mean to. She tries to communicate better with other people, but they always led to more things that I should say, like violent outbursts or like disagreements and stuff. But it's supposed to show more about like who she was trying to become better, and not just someone that they will feel more anger towards. Instead, she was also like an apologetic letter for Cole in a sense. How Cole could understand how similar her and him were, and it felt like he could have treated her more like a daughter, and in a sense, he lost her throughout the masculinization to get venture. It gives her more of a reason to get angry and also feel more like enraged, basically. And that's the end of the Jurassic World.
Okay.
So what do you guys think?
Sounding good so far.
Thanks.
I think it's sounding actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
And even from continuing where we left off on our previous meeting, it's really coming together. And from a gamer standpoint, me personally, I would be so ecstatic to see where this all finally ends.
Thank you.
But that's just me.
No problem. I like it took a while to get this entire story together, and I take Philip to help
Mm.
With his help, we was able to analyze all the key points of the story and break it down to the points where we can express more about
Yeah.
it. And right now, I'm just searching for Kihira's demo.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the demo is just this one page where it explains more of the story, but also breaks it down easily so it can be followed. Since like the demo is going to be short anyway, it would have the intricacies of the level, so it can so it can have the player experience more of what they will go into. But
Mm.
all in all, it starts like this. Cole's in his house as he opens the door. He finds himself inside the enchanted forest area where he starts using the two gems that he has to look into the chaotic world of the past, which is basically the medieval world that he lives in. And as he goes through the medieval world, he starts finding the demons, I mean, not demons, the dwarves and elves are at odds with each other due to Mordred's influence and his rise in power. Basically, we changed some of the stories. Just like the demo, we're not going to have like Edwin in it, and we're not going to say that like we're not going to give the idea that Mordred is free or not, because like we just want them to get the idea of like what's going on, that they go on to fight like some big known enemy later throughout the story. We're not trying to keep like it
Mm-hmm.
story right now. But with that being said, Poe acts more arrogant than he does in the actual story, where he basically feels like, why do I have to keep on getting in the way all I'm trying to do? I mean, why do I have to get obstacles in my way all the time? When I'm trying to do is save my wife. And as he continues to fight like the monsters that go throughout the throughout the castle, he also has to save individuals and help them get home they before like he gets into another altercation. And upon entering the castle, he starts hearing the roar of a. You can say the. I don't know how to give it like a personification, but I said roar of a force. I think that's what monstrous centaur would sound like. But it doesn't change like that. With that as like the main focus of the second level, where Cole starts hearing this, he starts exploring the castle, trying to find where that sound comes from. He starts learning that he it gets more to like all the dangers that he'll fight, which is basically more enemies until it gets to the point where he fights the centaur knight and defeats him, but he gets injured and he's barely holding on, yet he's still fighting back, he's still continuing his journey. He says that he has to save her no matter what, while also basically vaguely, while keeping the responses vague enough that the player just stays interested in the level and demo and tries to think like who the rest of the story is going to be about. And that's the demo.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm liking it.
Hey,
It a lot, especially because it's just the very beginning little bit of snippet of the like what will be shown later. I mean, I really love how this is gonna play out from what I see you've written, and that's actually really good for the demo
Mm-hmm.
because it gives a little bit of a glimpse into like the actual story, but not like the very beginning, and not like where we're currently working on. But it gives just enough to where people stay interested. At least it would for me, because I love this kind of stuff as a kid.
Thank you, Slim. And with that said, I do also have like the snippets of the industrial era story where
Okay.
I could share, but we don't have like all the aspects of it right now. But I can
Oh,
still show like what we have so far.
okay.
And this one, I'm going to have to switch over to this version because I didn't take screenshots yet.
Okay.
So in this era, we start off in an attic of the industrial era belonging to the time legend known as Chicago. And as they as Cole and Edwin go down, they start meeting with Cabo, and they learn they ask him straight up, was he responsible for Emily's death? While he replies no, because he was busy fighting. He'd been busy fighting against an evil gang that has been taking over his group. So right here it starts talking about how Edwin was just searching around the house to figure out what he's been doing. All you could find were just boxes and documents. But in Tabo's case, the gang that he has been fighting is, I was thinking like his name in this one, but it is. And Mikado has been fighting this gang. He defeated his guardian, took the time jail. They've been using the power of the time to make themselves stronger, and we call them the 40 tortoises. Originally, I had the idea of the name being called the Suppressed Kings, but I changed it to. But me and Philip came up with the idea of changing it to something else because like we forgot the name at the time.
Mm.
Well, I forgot the name at the time. But either way, this gang has been running wild, and they basically took over Gustavo's own gang, which he was using to take back and help his people survive. They didn't. With Gustavo's gang, they were basically the heroes of the story, while the 42s has been the enemies that came out of nowhere. And the 42s is basically a short term to call them. But
Yeah, because
well, you can finish. I don't mind.
I was just gonna say 40 tortoises would be a long thing to say every time.
I understand. But because of the gangs continue on feud, and as Chicago has been losing that war, he's also lost his daughter, who has been used as ransom for if Chicago ever comes back out to go continue this fight. Since Poe and Edwin both wants to get the time jump no matter what, they still have to fight the 40T. So they decided to help Chicago on his journey as they go out into the world. They start off at the train yard where Chicago's daughter Maya. Well, they start off at the train yard where Chicago told them that his daughter Maya is located at the heart of the 42's base. So they take Mikaro's train to get to the city so they can sneak in and save her. But as they get on the train, it comes under fire by the 42s who've been expecting Mikaro to be out and about. They've been waiting for him and monitoring him for the longest. So while Mikaro drives the train, Ko and Edwin are basically hopping from train to train to stop them from advancing or distracting them. And basically, this one will make sense on this one. As as they did succeeded in defending the train, they weren't all that successful. For the patrol started going haywire and led them to a detour from the initial point. As they head straight into the shipping facility where the 42 loads creates all the weapons and gadgets. And as they go on the runaway train, they jump off just in time before the train slams into a shipment of slow gas that causes the train to slow down. And just in case, if the player ever decides to see what happens if they touch that, it will lead them to instant death. Just because it slows it down does not mean that the speed and power of a train crashing into it will slow down as well.
Right.
I I didn't know if it would be mean or funny, so I just thought it would be both if you guessed that.
Uh,
But upon entering the shipping facility, they started looking around and fighting against enemies trying to sneak around. While they also noticed some of the shipping containers of weapons, which are just weapon based that are powered by the slow gem that slows down individuals while also causing like just basically slows down individuals while also leaving them open to be killed. But this is where we learn more about Kabu's feud with the leader of the 40Ts, the Mecha King, and how he was a time traveler who basically he used his future knowledge to overpower the system and basically became the top dog in the 40Ts. And at that point, Ko and Mikabo tries to help Mikabo still find hope, but during this moment, they get ambushed by the 40Ts where they start sedating them into the slow gas and making them basically immovable for a long period of time before putting them in confinement. After recovering from gas, they try to break out of the cell, but it doesn't go into anything else because they can't find an exit. And they worry about what happens to Mikado, but at the moment, he is being handled by the leader right now. So there's no hope. So Ko and everyone is hoping that they can stop that before the leader kills Mikado.
yeah.
While Ko and Edwin are still trying to find a way out, they meet with one of the other gang members that's also locked up in the prison confinement known as Tia. She is basically one of the gangs that was fighting against the 40T tyranny. Their righteous gang name was the Suppressed Kings, who basically lived a life of helping individuals who also lost their parents and all that stuff. Her, she wasn't like one of the leaders of the suppressed kings, but she was related to one of them, and she was basically helping out with her family, doing a lot of good around the city. I could go into more detail, but I'll try and summarize this. But if you guys are interested, I could just stop. I just could pause right here while you guys take a read for it. But if her backstory, which is at the bottom, if you don't, I can just cover that. Come to life that you guys could have read it by now.
Uh, Give me just a second. Okay. Yeah, I think that's sounding good.
Thanks.
It sounds amazing, actually.
Huh?
Thanks.
What'd you say, Slayer?
And
I said it sounds amazing to me.
Okay. Yeah, it
thank you,
does.
As and for that point, she explains their situation on what she's been trying to do, rescuing her friends who will also have been captured inside the base. And she has been planning an escape for the longest where by digging a tunnel out, doing the Shawshank Redemption type story. And so Cole and Edwin both utilize their skill to help her out while also retrieving their weapons that they lost. While their wands, they can't use magic at this point. So I was thinking like just a short little level where they can't use magic and they try to fight past enemies before getting to like the next big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Where after they assist her from destroying like the walls and destroying the facilities while they try to exit to the courtyard, they are attacked by the mid boss, the Field Golem, which is controlled by a dwarf named Ted, who basically is trying to keep them in line while Tia starts to evacuate her friends from the facility so they can be able to not bother the fight between Toe, Edwin, and Ted. And that's where we're now.
Okay.
And the joke with Ted is, I came up with the idea while watching that teddy bear movie.
Ah.
So I think he's just gonna be like a drunk who basically calls out Cole and Edwin while also playing around with the goal. He's not very serious about this fight at all.
Mm.
It'll be a little Easter egg for sure.
Yeah. And that's everything for the stories that has been going on.
Okay.
With the picture of the level now help with the demo, I will be able to start working on it so I can have a better idea of where it's going to go. I did that all last night, so I stayed up there. I was asleep, so I didn't have time to start working on the level.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my problem.
Alright.
I don't really have any progress other than continuing on and just trying to get my back surgery closer to being done. So that'll be between 1 and 3 months of recovery for me after that happens. So I'll be out at least a month after the fact for recovery. During that time, Dragon will be likely handling recordings until I am able to function more properly again without being heavily drugged on painkillers and everything for that. So,
Hey, I might be following you in that round. Because they still haven't determined whether I'm gonna just keep doing the shots or wind up getting shoulder surgery.
I mean, if those thoughts haven't helped very much up to this point, they may as well just try the shoulder. Yeah, if I can't talk today, shoulder surgery.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get a MRI covered so that they can actually see what's in there and be able to make a better determination on treatment.
Yeah. They told me that with how bad it was for my back, that basically the only option for me is surgery after the shots didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's the route I'm finally taking now, is leading up to the surgery. So.
Alright.
Well, it works out well for you.
Oh yeah, it will. It'll just be a bit of an adjustment for a while because I probably won't be able to move a whole heck of a lot from my bed, if anything. So
It'll take time to recover.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, especially with the approach they're gonna do for me on my back surgery, which is basically put a metal spacer in the front, in the problem area, and then sew me back up and everything, and then put me over and put the rods and screws down. So that'll be lovely.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Testing with as few nerves as possible.
Yeah. So, is there anything else that needs to be discussed tonight?
I can't think of anything with who we have here because we haven't been able to get either his assignment yet.
Yeah, we're working on it, but
Working on it, just haven't been able to actually get that done yet.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as on the Warlock, I'm doing the best I can with also trying to recuperate. But with the Centaur, I've got to get with her and find out what's going on there.
Alright. See, can you think of anything else that needs to be discussed?
Nope, not that I can think of.
Okay. We will,
Probably done.
sometime this weekend we're going to try to set up a meeting with, for discussing the funding, so, I'll let you know when we have that figured out, Zeke. So that we can make sure that we can, all management can be there, or at least 90% of it, because I'm not sure what Marley's schedule is.
Yeah. haven't heard from her in a hot minute, but she's also been,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand, pretty busy.
Yeah.
So, that's no worries there.
No.
Just don't really know what her schedule is right now.
Yeah. I think she should be easing up some since it's heading into winter, because I don't think she has too many craft shows in the winter, but again, I don't know.
Yeah. That's the big mystery to all of us except for Marley. So
Yeah.
none of us can really answer that.
But yeah, like I said though, once we figure out when a good time would be, we'll try to get everyone in management into that meeting that we can. And then
Sounds good. Just let me know when the meeting gets set up for, and I'll be there.
alright.
Yeah, me too.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan.
So I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording now.